Oh dear. Right, just back from Van Life Eats. I'm just off to see my mum, but just need to update you on a few things that have gone on. So I'm in our modern car. So bear with me while I reverse out the space. So obviously we've got back from literally a stellar weekend at Van Life Eats. I mean, if you've never been to Van Life Eats, it is a festival you don't want to miss. It's just a nice, chilled, really cool vibe. Loads of vans to see, nice people to meet. Yeah, just wicked. We met Urban Van Life for the third or fourth time, Neil and Emma. It's just sound, absolutely sound people. Saw a few others, Em and Lou. A few other people about, but yeah, well, so anyway, obviously, if you've seen our last video and stuff online, you'll see that we had a few issues with the water pump, and we ended up getting into the garage sort of last minute, and luckily the garage pulled through for us and was able to take the van over to Van Life Eats. Well, anyway, on the way there we had a bit of an issue with an intermittent running issue. The van would sort of stutter and then pop out and then cut out, and then it would come back on, and then but it was all sort of seemed to be when it was like under a little, either like under load, or like if you just turn into a gear it's a little bit low, that sort of thing. Obviously because the van's the age it is, I have to use the gears quite a lot. So yeah, so we had a few issues. At one point Sharon's mobility scooter fell off the back into the road, which was obviously a freaking nightmare, so I ended up putting that in the van anyway. But it managed to get us there, and on the way home it got probably a bit worse. Coughing and spluttering, cutting out all sorts of stuff. But it did get us home, so yeah, thankful for that. And basically about 2 weeks ago we was at a park up, and a normal routine is us, we were sort of, when we're going to leave, go and start the engine, let it warm up for a bit, take the dog for a walk, and then Sharon's in the van, and then when I come back and the engine's warmed up, we're good to go. Well, I started it up and it just cut out, and then it wouldn't start again, and it was sort of acting like it was getting no fuel, but now I'm thinking that we're actually getting no spark, because on the way home, as it restarted itself, there'd be like a little backfire. So I wonder if we got a bit of unburnt fuel, and that's why we were cutting out. So we're still pumping fuel in, but we're losing spark. Anyway, just got home, taken the engine lid off and stuff, had a look at it, and basically what I found is, now I did have to undo the screw, but it was extremely tight to undo. And that doesn't necessarily mean it was obviously doing its job, but basically the screw that holds the points in the distributor is cross-threaded. So it means obviously now when I try and do it up and set the gap, I can't tighten the screw down to hold the points in position. So as soon as you let go of it, the gap closes up. So hopeful theory is that that's what's been happening. That screw has been loose or not holding properly, and it's been allowing the points to either close completely or almost close completely at certain endpoints, and then it's been able to open them back up. So I'm not 100% certain, because obviously, like I said, I did have to undo it. Either way, it's now a problem that's got to be addressed before we move on to what might else be happening. Maybe a coil is packing up, or plugs and leads, which we haven't, to be fair, we haven't done since we've had the van, although it had been serviced before we got it. So obviously the problem we've got is now this thread is in the distributor, so it would mean basically changing the whole distributor, or having to have this one thing retapped, which would be a possibility. But what I'm going to look at doing, hopefully, is replacing the old points and condenser with an electronic ignition module. So we're lucky enough to have AccuSpark down the road from us. And they make all sorts of electronic ignition modules for all sorts of vehicles. So hopefully I can pick their brains and get a model that's going to work. The only problem, like an idiot, I would come home today and just got straight into like fix mode. Started, sorry about the light, I'm in the car, and obviously it's, I can't really control the sun and stuff. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, so I'm in sort of fix mode, right, ringing around and putting notes on forums, asking anybody for advice. Start ringing and thinking, why the hell aren't they answering the phone? Obviously it just occurred to me it's Bank Holiday Monday, innit? So they won't be working. So yeah, I don't know why that went out of my brain. We've also got a football match playing locally, and I was like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Monday afternoon playing a football match, but excuse me, but it's Bank Holiday Monday. So that's obviously why they're playing football. So yeah, so now we're back on the drive. We're outside the house, luckily. So we'll stay there for the week in the van. And then we'll just have to work on solving this problem. So hopefully I'll be able to track down the ignition module tomorrow. It does share the engine that with the vehicle that we've got, the LT28. It does share an engine with a classic Porsche 944, I believe. So when we got the time belt kit, we went and got the one for that, which was basically the same engine, and that's worked straight away. So there's a possibility we could get one for that Porsche, maybe. But at the moment, I've not found like a direct listing, so I'm going to have to ask people if it's possible. So yeah. So I'll update you as soon as I know what's going on. At the moment, like I say, we're a bit stuck for parts, but hopefully tomorrow we'll solve that problem and have something on order. Luckily, we're pretty much done, like sort of festivals and out. We're going to go to VW Action next weekend, but we'll probably take, well, there's no probably, I'm going to take one of the other vans now, so I'll probably take the bay with me. So if you're going to VW Action, look out for us, and it will be in a blue bay with a white stripe down it. But yes, if you see us, come and say hello. Other than that, I'll let you know what goes on when I know what's going on. All right. Have a good week, everyone. I hope you had a great bank holiday weekend, and I'll speak to you soon.